Hello everybody. This is a video. This is a video where I showcase my voice, and this is my first this isn't my first video, and this is like a video. This is my first kind of tutorial video, other than how to do the get out of the place in Genshin Impact and the other tutorials, which I dare not mention. So this is how to make a game in Scratch, part 1. So we're gonna start by deleting this sprite, and we're gonna make we're gonna use some of these sprites because we don't have time. So sprites are basically characters which you can code. This is for by the way, if you're a Scratch professional, don't watch this video please, because this video is for 1-year-olds, 1 to 9-year-olds who have no idea what Scratch is, and are probably go to a school and they're in the computer room and they see this application called Scratch and it's unblocked. So then they go on it and they're like, oh, I don't know how to use this. So I'm gonna watch this tutorial video on how to make a game in Scratch. So it depends on what kind of game you want to make. Today we're making a game. Okay, I don't care what game it is, just we're making a game. We're gonna choose this hedgehog sprite. I'm gonna make a walking animation for it. So today's tutorial video is about making a game where you control your rat, and then you press a button over here, and then that makes it shoot out a projectile at enemies, and if you shoot the enemies, then you won't die, and when the enemies touch you, you will die, and then it will show a die screen. That's the kind of game we're going for. So I'm gonna take this hedgehog sprite right here, and I'm gonna make it so that it has an animation. Okay, I'm gonna wait a second here. Okay, I made a normal walking animation for this hedgehog. It's pretty mediocre. I mean, it's not very good. It's not very bad. It's normal hedgehog. Normal hedgehog walking animation. So now we're gonna go straight to the coding. So normally when you're at school and you're at the computer room, you're greeted with a blank screen and code. So you make games in this game. So bear with me here. You take this green flag click button. This is basically the game start button when you want to start the game. So when you click this button, it starts the game. Duh. So when we start the game, we want the hedgehog to go where our cursor is going. But we also want to restrict it to only this area and not any other place. So we're going to whip up a basic code here. We're going to go forever, go to we're going to go to sensing, mouse Y. Can you not put this here anymore? It's just go to mouse Y. So this is the Y position. Is basically you see the Y position is going up and down. The lower it is, the lower the Y position is. The Y position over here, this is the up and down, as you can see over here, and the X is the left and right. So we're gonna have to restrict it to only this X. X negative 160. So we're gonna go here, when green flag click, forever, set X to negative 160. So now our hedgehog. Hold on, what? Hold on a second. It should work for PC, which is normally what you use for the computer room when you're at school. But we're gonna want it to always do this walking animation. So we're gonna whip up another basic code. When green flag click forever. Next costume. Wait 1 second. Once again, if you're good at Scratch, please click off this video. Actually, I might have messed something up here. Forever. If we put it forever, go to mouse pointer, that means, okay, it works now. So like, if you want like a cool effect, if you like, okay, so now we're gonna work on when you click him, he releases a projectile. So first of all, we're gonna wanna close the project so the hedgehog doesn't keep following us. So we're gonna do this basic code again. When green flag click, so basically the code in this game works as in, if you know how to read, you will know how the code works. So when green flag click forever, if the mouse is down, so when you click anywhere on the screen, then you create clone. So this is how you create clones in this game. So for example, if you want this hedgehog to have this spotted thing as its projectile, you can do that by create a clone of Sprout 1. So at Sprout 1, we put when I start as a clone. First of all, if you don't want this thing to appear in your game, and you only want the clones to appear in your game, make this first. So when I start as a clone, you're gonna wanna have to forever. Wait a second. Repeat until. Yeah, repeat until. So we're gonna put this delete clone so clones don't keep sticking to the wall like this. So there's not like 40,000. And there is a clone limit of 300 in this game. And there is this line of code. This specific line of code, if you touch it, if you interact with it, it breaks the game and you can't interact with anything. Okay, so when I start as a clone, repeat until. Repeat until touching edge. So until it's touching the edge of the screen. It's going to move 10 steps. So it's gonna move to the right. It's gonna move to the right. It's gonna move to the right until it touches the edge, and it dies. And we can make it or touching the enemy. So we're gonna make this is how the game works so far. We're gonna have, if you want to see your projectiles, you gotta put when I start as a clone show. Well, currently we're gonna have to fix this. And when I start as a clone, you see they're all going to the middle. So we're gonna want to make it like when I start as a clone, go to hedgehog. So it's always gonna go to a hedgehog. But you might say this is just a super laser of mass destruction, and you would be right. So this is why we're gonna put a cooldown on it. So if mouse down, you can put whatever cooldown you want on here. 0.50. Yeah. This is that. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna put it on. So this is the basic mechanic of the game. Actually, I'm gonna change it to 0.25 seconds. You know, so it fires twice as fast. So now, we're gonna make the enemies. So the enemies here, we don't have much to do, so we're gonna make it another stock sprite over here in the choose sprite selection. And obviously we ain't gonna pick any of the animals because that's animal abuse. So we're gonna pick a taco. So you're a hedgehog destroying tacos here. So we're gonna have to make the taco face there. Okay. So as the projectiles, we're gonna want to make use of clones for this taco too, because of course you don't want literally one enemy flying everywhere. And we also have to make them a reasonable size. Okay, so we don't want this thing to be here forever, so this is why we're gonna hide this original sprite and we're gonna show it when it starts as a clone. So when I start as a clone, okay, so already we're gonna want clones to be getting here like in a while. So we're gonna go here and pick random 1 to whatever seconds you want. I'm gonna put 1 to 3 seconds because I like to have a lot of tacos. So when I start as a clone, you're gonna want to show it, make it show up, and then obviously you're gonna first want this to be delete when touching the taco. So obviously you want the taco to die first. So we're gonna make it when I start as a clone forever if touching sprite 1, then delete this clone. So that's not a clone. This is the real thing. So when I start as a clone, you're gonna want it to show up and then go to random position, go to set X to 182. So the reason it's in this order, so it's because it goes to a random Y level first before like going. So it's basically the opposite of what we did with the hedgehog here. So for the hedgehog here, we wanted the Y position to be flexible and the X position to stay. For this one, we wanted the Y position to be flexible and the X position to stay. So we're gonna basically do what we did with Sprite 1 here. We're going to do repeat until touching the hedgehog. We're gonna make it so that it moves 10 steps and make sure that it's facing hedgehog direction. Right direction of hedgehog. Pointing direction of hedgehog. And we're gonna make, so this makes it so it's always facing the hedgehog and it's always gonna move that direction. And we don't want it to be too fast. We want it to be like normal speed, as in like 4. Make that -4. Hold on a second. we want the tacos to be following the hedgehog. So you might have this error. So it's a quick and easy fix. You want it to actually point in the direction I don't understand, even though I've been using Scratch for a while now. Point it to the Y position of hedgehog, because hedgehog is always at the same X position. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna add a little animation when he dies. So we're gonna make him change size by 90. And for here, we're gonna add a little bit of coding magic here. So we're gonna do when I start as a clone forever. Actually, I kind of forgot this piece of code, so we're just gonna remove this. We check in our backpack, however, we have this. So, this is the code we're looking for. When I start as a clone, forever change size by 100 minus size divided by 5. And then when he dies, we're gonna want him to set size to 50. And make sure when he starts as a clone, he changes his size by 52. Hold on a second. It ain't working. This is a predicament. So we're gonna want it to point to hedgehog, right? And we're gonna want it to move in that position. So point towards mouse pointer. Point towards hedgehog. That was always a viable option. I was just like, yeah. So we're gonna stop making this like this. And that was the tutorial, that was the basic tutorial on how to make your cool game here. But there's an error here. The hedgehog spines are invincible, even though we clearly put here, when touching Taco, delete this clone. We're gonna make it so that Taco has to wait 0.001 seconds before deleting. And now our bug is fixed. See? So this is the game. And also you can turn it into wait 0 seconds, and then you can also turn this into wait 0 seconds, and then you have a super hard game, but it's a super easy game too. Instead, just forever create clone of myself, to be honest. They're not dying. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do a -4. Or I could do it 4, you could do it 4 and then flip it vertically. So, just to balance out the game, we're gonna put this here again. And that was the basic tutorial on how to play a game, on how to make a game in Scratch. Shout out to the person who asked me to make this video. Yeah. His name starts with an M.